Hey, it's Tanya, and I thought I would show you what I've been doing for the last couple of trips that we've been on. What I do is I journal every day while I'm on the holiday, and then that becomes my chronicling of the trip and the adventures that we have. And so when I come to make my layouts and things, I can just play with my photographs and pretty products, and I don't have to worry about actual documenting because I've already done it. So yes, that's a homemade Tomoe River traveler's notebook, and I did the splodging technique on all the pages like Ali Brown does, and I just love doing that. It is so much fun. And here I'm going through all of the ephemera that I collected along the way while we went on our Europe trip. We did Italy and Slovenia and Austria. But I will tell you more about all those adventures when I actually make the layouts. The idea here is I am just putting in all the bits that, as I mentioned, and now I'm just repeating myself, it's like the cards you get. That's actually an airline stub for where we sat on Ethiopian Airlines. And yes, I like the idea. I love writing down what we did each day. And the nice thing about this is that my journaling is in the moment. It's very much, oh my gosh, this happened and that happened. And I also then don't forget all the little things, those funny little things that happen, which you can sometimes forget if you then try and do your scrapbooking of your trip, and it's like a month later or even years later, and you've forgotten a lot of what went on. So yeah, I love doing this, and I don't have all that much ephemera, to be honest. I was a little bit disappointed with myself. Actually, I was a little bit disappointed with myself with my photos as well. I didn't have that many photos. You think you're taking a whole bunch of photos at the time, but you're not actually. Oh, and yes, I was very dramatic there. We halfway through the trip, we met up with my husband's brother, and he snores, so I couldn't sleep. And this is from the aquarium in Genoa, I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to say, Genoa or Genova, and it's just too big, and it's going to cause me many headaches while I'm doing this little documenting or fitting in my ephemera. So yeah, the idea behind this is, just taking all those bits and pieces, and up the top there, oh yes, I've never had one of these lint balls before, and I just love the name of it. And yeah, I figured I could put diva there because I was being a bit of a diva, with this whole, the melodramatic, I can't sleep with snoring, but it's true, I can't. It's unfortunate, but I'm a very light sleeper, so I was awake most of the night listening to sleep music on YouTube. Trying to sleep. So yes, so everywhere that we went, I tried to grab what I could, and I had the idea in mind that I was going to just add it in here. And yes, this is the day when we went across to Austria, and we met up with Reet and her husband and her children, and then she took us around Graz for the entire day. It was wonderful, a lot of walking. And it was very, very busy, but it was so beautiful, and the Christmas lights were up, and the little Christmas markets were going on, and yeah, again, I will tell you all about those adventures when I come to actually scrapbook the pictures. But yeah, and oh, they were so ever so generous. They decided to put us up in a very beautiful little guest house near them because they figured it would be more comfortable for all concerned. And yeah, Reed, that was really, really sweet of you, and as we said, you didn't have to do it, but I'm so glad you did, because it was a wonderful place and they had the most amazing breakfasts, and it just was so much fun. So yes, thank you very much. Totally loved it, and do appreciate it a lot. It was incredibly generous of you. So that's our little virtual hug going on, and so yeah, these are sugar packets. Yep, I took them because we don't have sugar packets like this. We have like boring ones which tell you the name of the sugar, but these ones are so cute. They've got like pictures on them. So yeah, that's going in. Well, obviously I'm taking the sugar out because that would be weird, but yeah, I'm just putting them in there because I like the pictures, and they remind me of where we were. And yes, once again, this gigantic friggin' aquarium brochure is going to drive me nuts, and I have an idea. I'm just not going to include it. It's too big, and we were there, so it's fine. But I did like this one. We went to the capital of Slovenia, and I'm going to butcher the name of it. I think it's Ljubljana. I'm not 100% sure. There's L's and J's in there, and I don't know how to pronounce them. But yeah, so I've put that in, and then I discovered I had skipped a page, and well, that receipt, I know it's a silly thing. It's of 2 glasses of wine that hubby and I had when we went back to the hotel after being and visiting with Arit and her family, as I said, and it just was a really fun time for us. There was a bunch of people in the hotel or guest house. I don't know what it is really. I think it's a guest house rather than a hotel, and there was just this jovial atmosphere, and every time I look at that receipt it just reminds me of that moment, so that's going in there too. So yeah, that's the nice thing about grabbing bits, isn't it? I mean, that's the nice thing about what we do with scrapbooking. But yeah, so that's going in, and then I discover that I still have a pamphlet with photographs on it, so that's going to go in as well. And yes, what I will do is, when I have finished scrapbooking all my very pretty photographs and things, then this little notebook or traveler's notebook is going to go into the back of the album, and yeah, I don't have to do any journaling on any of my pages because it's already been done. So yeah, if that's an idea that you think is a good one, then I highly recommend you try it, because there's just so many advantages to it. Your journaling is done. You get to make layouts where you can create pretty pages. You don't forget anything, and you get to stick your ephemera in, and it didn't take me very long, although this video does seem to be awfully long. I think it took me about, I don't know, half an hour to stick it in, and a lot of that was just trying to work out what to do with that flippin' aquarium thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and sorry I ran out of time, so thanks for watching. We'll chat again soon. Bye bye.